students, welcome to Detail Chronicles by Abhiram IAS Academy. So, ee roju Detail Chronicles lo bhaganga let's discuss about an important bankruptcy law, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. Okay, so idu enduku discuss chestunnam ante today's Hindu article has given the explanation, a detailed explanation about the bankruptcy, that is IBC, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. So further will not call this as in the video Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, will make it short, that is we'll call it as IBC. So article enti ante, is IBC an effective resolution tool? And also the question they asked us, why was the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code introduced in the year 2016? Has IBC changed borrower behavior and credit discipline? What are the key challenges affecting IBC's effectiveness? And also, what does the Bhushan Steel verdict mean for resolution certainty? So see, basic exam lo articles తీసుకొని question frame చేస్తారు అన్నట్టు in the UPSC mains exam, and also they'll be asking in the prelims also, like ఒక law గురించి ఇచ్చి statements ఇచ్చేసి choose the correct answer or choose the correct statements అనేసి questions ఇస్తారు. So be careful, newspaper is very much important tool for your preparation. So everyday newspaper chadavandi and understand the articles what they are giving, and in the questions definitely these articles will be reflecting. And also further, without taking any burden, you can frame the answers in the question by using newspaper itself. So newspaper like Hindu, Indian Express is very much important to you. Clear? So now let's talk about the IBC code, IBC law. First, let's break it down. Asal insolvency ante enti, bankruptcy ante enti. So insolvency ante enti ante, if I am unable, see, okay, let me take a small example. This is a bank. I am the person who has been taken loan from the bank, and after certain period of time, I am unable to repay. This. Then I am called as insolvent. And this work is called as insolvency. Insolvency ante enti? Like taking the loan and unable to repay back. That is the insolvency. And companies kuda. It is for both the persons and also companies. So insolvency is nothing but the inability of the individual or the companies to repay the debt. Is called as insolvency. Mari bankruptcy ante enti? Legal declaration or legal status of this insolvency is called here bankruptcy. Okay, so legal declaration of this insolvency by a competent court triggering formal resolution mechanisms is called here bankruptcy. So remember, insolvency ante unable to repay ani simple ga. Bankruptcy ante giving the formal legal status to the insolvency is called here bankruptcy. So this is these two are dealing with the IBC, that is insolvency and bankruptcy. Aslu enduku ochindi law? What is the need for this law? So ages together before this law was introduced in the year 2016. IBC was introduced in the year 2016. So e law introduced chese kante mundu there were certain laws like SICA. SICA stands for Sick Industrial Act, and also like Recovery Debts Act, Surfacy Act, where these all acts were dealing with the insolvency. Kani emaindi? Appadike banks non-performing assets ante when we are unable to repay it, that amount will fall under non-performing assets. Deen valla em avutadi? There are chances where bank failure occurs. And also ee loss unnappudu time taking anedi ekkuva, like it takes almost 5 to 4 to 5 years or more than 5 years to solve the issues. కానీ ఒక కాంప్రహెన్సివ్ లా అనేది కావాలి టువర్డ్స్ ది బ్యాంక్రప్సీ అని ఆలోచించి now they have been introduced IBC, that is Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code of 2016. Clear? This is the need for making this law. Now, okay. Now further, let's see some important points with respect to this. So, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code is a legislative law enacted in the year 2016. Based on who has given the report? So, based on the T.K. Vishwanathan Committee. Remember this. Based on the T.K. Vishwanathan Committee, he has been recommended such law. And further, it is India's first. అంటే ఈ లాస్ అన్నిటిని కంబైన్ చేసేసి ఒక కాంప్రహెన్సివ్ లా అనేది క్రియేట్ చేశారు. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఇండియాస్ ఫస్ట్ కాంప్రహెన్సివ్ బ్యాంక్రప్సీ కోడ్ ఆర్ బ్యాంక్రప్సీ లా. ఫర్దర్ ఇట్ ఎస్టాబ్లిషెస్ ది స్ట్రీమ్లైన్డ్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పీడిటెడ్ ఇన్సాల్వెన్సీ ప్రొసీజర్స్ టు అసిస్ట్ క్రెడిటర్స్. Who are creditors? Who are giving money to you, like banks, such as banks, in recovering dues and mitigating bad loans. Bad loans and telsinde which we are unable to repay, that is bad loan for the bank, which are significant burden on the economy. When you are not able to repay loans to the banks, what happens? It will, there are circumstances where it may even lead to the bank failure also. Bank failure జరిగినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? There are chances for dropping of our economy. Now next, let's talk about the objectives of this. Objectives of IBC. So ఇంతకుముందు చెప్పినట్టు ఆ లాస్ ఉన్నప్పుడు it almost takes 4 to 5 years to solve the issue. But when this IBC has come, it has to be solved within 330 days. Within 330 days, that is within a year. Clear? So time reduction అనేది తక్కువైంది అన్నట్టు to solve the issue. Further ఏమవుతుంది? Justice will be given within 1 year. Okay? So the objectives are consolidate and amend existing insolvency laws. అంటే ఆ లాస్ అన్నిటిని తీసేసి ఒక కాంప్రహెన్సివ్ లా అనేది క్రియేట్ చేసుకున్నాము. ఫర్దర్ this law has been shifted the control from debtors to the creditors. ఇంతకు ముందు అవి debtors కి సపోర్ట్ చేసే లాస్, కానీ ఇది who are giving the credits, this law supports to the creditors. Further, introduce a time-bound resolution process, that is maximum time is 330 days. And further, it reduces the judicial delays and also improvement in the recovery rates. Further, recovery rates low, India used to stand in 135 place in the year around 2015. But at the year end of 2020, now India is standing at the place of almost half, 71st place. Clear? Ante half of the reduction అనేది జరిగింది అన్నట్టు recovery rates లో. So the rank has been fallen down to 71st. కదా? It is very good indicator. And further, it also promotes the entrepreneurship and also the credit availability. త్వరగా bad loans clear అయిపోతే ఏమవుతుంది? Credit availability అనేది increase అవుతుంది. And further, it strengthens the institutional framework for insolvency resolution. So, question లో if suppose objectives of IBC అని అడిగినప్పుడు you can use this points to write in the exam. What are the objectives? One thing is consolidate and amend the existing insolvency laws, and other thing is about shifting the control from debtors to creditors. Other is the time-bound resolution process in the less time, and also reduction of the justice delays. Further, promoting the entrepreneurship and credit availability, and further strengthening the institutional framework for insolvency resolutions. These are the objectives. Now, let's see the process. Ante ee IBC process ela start avutundi ani cheppesi. So when you are taking from someone and you are unable to repay, so banks will say that, see, this person has taken the loan and now he is not repaying, he is under insolvency, so please check. So appudu oka process anedi start avutundi. First process enti, like first step enti ante, the banks who has given the credit to us, they will start the process. So first step enti, the debtor or creditor starts the process and he will complain to NCLT or DRT, that is Debt Recovery Tribunal or National Company Law Tribunal. National Company Law Tribunal is with respect to the companies and DRT is with respect to the persons. So, ఈ NCLT వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారు అంటే ఇన్సాల్వెన్సీ ప్రొఫెషనల్స్ కి ఈ law, I mean, they appoint this investigation to the insolvency professionals to administer the interim resolution professional. So IRP అనేది ఉంటుంది అన్నట్టు. See, basically, creditor will start the process and they will give to the NCLT. So NCLT appoints an IP, that is insolvency professionals, to administer the interim resolution process. Further game అవుతుంది, they will identify the financial creditor. అసలు ఫస్ట్ ఏంటి కేస్ అనేది స్టడీ చేయాలి కదా. సో they will identify what is the credit or what is the amount and what is the issue అని చెప్పేసి. So IP identifies the financial creditors. తర్వాత they constitutes the COC, that is Committee of Creditors. This IP constitutes the COC, that is Committee of Creditors, and they prepare a plan for restructuring the loans. అంటే బ్యాడ్ లోన్స్ ని ఎలా వెనక్కి తీసుకురావాలి అని చెప్పేసి ఒక స్ట్రక్చర్ చేస్తారు అన్నట్టు. తర్వాత దిస్ COC, that is Committee of Creditors, have to approve the plan with 66% of the vote. అప్పుడు then they declare that as under IBC. Clear? So first process, banks initiate the process and they will transfer to NCLT or DRT. This NCLT, they will appoint the IPs, that is insolvency professionals, to administer the IRP, that is interim resolution process. And dealing further, they will identify the financial crisis or financial creditors. And these IPs will form a committee of COC, that is Committee of Creditors, and they will prepare a plan for restructuring of the loans. Further, lastly, they have to approve the plan with, and the COC has to approve a plan with 66% of the vote credit. Clear? Appudu they will declare that as the under IBC. Further, clear? Done. Next we'll talk about the regulating authority. Who is the regulating authority for this? Simple. See, Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India, that is IBBI, is a regulating authority. It comes under Ministry of Finance. Further, it is a statutory body, as usual we know, because it is created by legislative law, and it is responsible for making and implementing rules and regulations for insolvency and bankruptcy resolution of corporate persons, partnership firms, and also individuals in India. And further, this board has 10 members representing from Ministry of Finance and also Ministry of Corporate Affairs and also RBI. Remember this? So, ee board lo 10 members untaru who is representing from 3 departments, that is Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Corporate Affairs and also from the RBI. Clear? So, who is the regulating authority for this? Insolvency and Bankruptcy Board of India. Done? Next. So, ఒక amendment జరిగింది recent గా, that is Amendment of IBC Act of 2021. Clear? So, ఏం amendment తీసుకొచ్చారు అంటే pre-packaged insolvency resolution process introduced for MSMEs, that is micro, small, medium enterprises, where with defaulters around less than 1 crore. Clear? And further, it offers a hybrid model. Where debt-led and time-bound within 90 days. Okay? Remember this. And further, it promotes early resolution with a lower cost and minimal litigations. Ee amendment koncham you have to focus on this. I will tell again the amendment. See, IBC Amendment Act of 2021, where it is dealing with pre-packaged insolvency resolution process, which was introduced for the MSMEs, where the defaulters around 1 crore rupees, less than 1 crore rupees kosam pre-packaged insolvency resolution. And further, other thing is, it offers a hybrid model for debt-led and also time-bound with time around 90 days, that is 3 months of time. And further, it promotes early resolution with lower cost and minimal litigation. So, this is the recent amendment with respect to the IBC code, which was amended in the year 2021. So, clear ga ardhamaindi kada what is IBC anedi. Read the article from Hindu. It is very important in the perspective of GS3 paper, that is Indian economy paper. And there's a possibility question. Asalu question la adigochu ante what are the challenges facing with it, and other thing is like ఈ యాక్ట్ ఎందుకు తీసుకురావాల్సి వచ్చింది, ఈ కాంప్రహెన్సివ్ బ్యాంక్రప్సీ లా ఎందుకు, వాట్ ఈస్ ద నీడ్ ఫర్ ఇట్ అని చెప్పేసి. క్లియర్? సో See, reading newspaper is very much important for your UPSC exam because certain articles will be asked directly as the question in your mains answer. Clear? So if you want daily answer writing also, Abhiram IAS Academy is providing daily mains answer writing program. So ఎవరికైనా clear structure of answering రాయలేకపోతున్నాం అన్నప్పుడు please do visit us. Okay? Thank you. Have a good day.